Hello, I'm
Hello.
Nicole, and this is Dylan, and this is You Asked For It. We're from Throttle Company in Columbus, Ohio, and we ask questions that range from silly to serious from a variety of sources. This is going to be one big question that we kind of get a lot, and it is, what is coming up from Royal Enfield?
All right. The biggest trick for Royal Enfield is we can see into the future. Woo, Sorry.
Why didn't you tell anyone that you were clairvoyant?
I am. And you go to royalenfield.com/IN/EN, which is India English. And you can see what's currently in Royal Enfield in India right now. And that's what we're going to have in the future. So for 2024, basically is whatever Royal Enfield was doing in India in 2023. Specifically, we just got announced that we're going to have the Bullet in America in a week.
Which we've already ordered.
So
Those
that
are
will be
physically on the way.
sometime in March. The shotgun just got announced. There's 4 colors of that. There's 3 colors of the Bullet.
Wait, yeah, I was going to say, we're going to go back to the Bullet. We have 3 colors of the Bullet. There are more colors released in India, so be careful when you're looking on the Royal Enfield website.
Here's another rule.
You'll see more colors.
Here's another rule. If it doesn't have ABS, they're not going to export it. They might keep it in India, but they're not going to send it to Europe. They're not going to send it to the US. So the only models that have ABS for the Bullet is standard black, standard maroon, and black gold, which we have a video on. We saw it in India.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
So black gold has a blacked out engine and exhaust.
The other ones have silver stuff, chrome exhaust. Okay, next, shotgun. Shotgun was just announced. I actually kind of thought this was going to be later in this year, but they are going to open the window the middle of March to buy those.
They're making the media announcement. We actually don't know when the window is going to be open officially. That's what we assume, but yes.
Sometime by the end of March. And then there's 4 colors of that. There's white, kind of a blacky gray sheet metal, green, blue, those 4 colors. It's cool. It's like the Super Meteor, but mid controls.
I think that, so the way that I describe some of the model differences to people are like when you look at the Interceptor and the GT, they are 79% the same motorcycle. And then you get to things like the tank shape, the seat, the foot controls, and the handlebars, and those make a big enough difference that those are 2 different motorcycles.
Style and ergonomics, but the same engine, same transmission.
Same engine, yeah. So when you're looking at the Shotgun versus the Super Meteor, you might be like, oh, it's the same engine. It's essentially the same frame. It's the same this, but it's going to be enough differences like forward versus mid controls to make it different enough.
All right, next, speaking of Interceptor and GT, there are 6 new Interceptor/GTs. There are 2 new GT colors, blue, and then I can't remember the other one, but it's like
it's orange. Apex white, but it has orange. So it's like a gray, white, and an orange color.
And then what's the blue? Do you remember?
Slipstream blue.
Wow, should I ask you? And then everything's blacked out. Engine, everything's black on the engine. Cast wheels, so tubeless tires, and then black exhaust and that kind of thing. And then the handlebar controls. This is subtle, but hand controls are updated, and I think they have USB. And the Interceptor gets 2 blacked out models. Do you remember those? Barcelona blue. And I forgot the name of the other one.
Should I have been prepared?
It's cool. It's black with like an 80s like gradient sunset.
I want to say it's sunset something, but I know that's not right. But they're on our website.
It's called Sunset Gray. And then the next one is they also have one called Black Pearl, which is not blacked out engine, but white, black, red. And then a new color called Cali Green. So it's the same version that exists now. Tube tires, wire wheels, but just a green tank. Beautiful. A cool color green. I love green motorcycles. And then those other 2 that I mentioned in the beginning, the blacked out ones, are same thing. Cast wheels, different blacked out engine, everything like that. We've seen them in person. They're beautiful. Next. Oh, wait, we've gone off script. So there is nothing that we know of for sure. But if you look ahead, there is new colors of the Meteor. So they're called the Aurora. We've seen them in person. They're on the website for Royal Enfield India. They have wire wheels. So all Meteors now have tubeless tires. These ones are going to go back to tubes. They're more vintage looking. So spoked wheels, very vintage color schemes. They look classic. They look cool. They look like old cars. You know, like,
yeah, I was going to say it looks like a little bit out of time for motorcycles of the same time period, but more like 50s cars colors.
Beautiful. And we've seen them in person and they're cool looking. So those are called Aurora. There's Aurora Green, Aurora Blue, and Aurora Black. And then This is another one that's way off script, and I hope we do get it by the end of the year, but we have a video on it too, that's Himalayan 450. I think there are going to be other bikes maybe announced with that same 450 engine between now and then, but I doubt we'll get them. I'm not sure we're actually going to get the Himalayan. I'm going to predict that yes, you'll be able to at least put money down on a Himalayan 450 in the US by the end of the year. So if you paid any attention to that, we have a video on it talking about it. It's a water-cooled dual overhead cam, single still, 450. It has somewhere around 40-ish horsepower, so that's almost double the current amount of horsepower for a Himalayan. That's a game changer. It's going to be awesome, but it's going to be a couple months to a year. See you then. We're excited. Thank you.
You asked for it.